everyone, myself Ami Mehta and in operating system. Let us discuss what is process scheduling. Okay, so there are various processes that are simultaneously in the ready state. So for that purpose we have to select one process at a time which is in the running mode or executing in the CPU. So for that scheduling is required. So let us understand what is process scheduling. So basically what is scheduling? So it is the process of making a choice which process to run next whenever more than one processes are simultaneously in the ready state. So these are the process. So scheduling is nothing but the one type of process of making a choice which process to run next. So, process scheduling is an essential part of a multi-programming operating system. So, when we are using multi-programming operating system, process scheduling is an essential part. Such operating systems allow more than one process to be loaded into the executable memory at a time, and the loaded process shared the CPU using time multiplexing. So more than one process can be loaded into the memory, executable memory at a time, and the particular one process is executing in the CPU. Okay, and it can be shared the CPU using the time multiplexing. So in multi-programming operating system, we have essential part which is process scheduling. So for that we have types of scheduler. Let us understand what are the various types of schedulers. So a process which is between the various scheduling queues throughout its lifetime, because either it is in the ready queue, either it is in the running queue, either it is in the waiting queue. So the process switches between the various queue during the throughout its lifetime. So it is the task of schedulers to select process from this queue based on some criteria. For example, there are 5 processes in the ready queue. Now CPU is free, so one process have to select it from that ready queue and which will be now executing in the CPU. So which process will have to select? So it is the task of scheduler to select processes from this queue based on some criteria. So these are the diagram which understand where is the requirement of scheduler. So here it is a batch queue whenever the new job is created, new program is created. So there is a batch queue. Now it is not in the ready queue, but it is now only just it is created. New job, new batch, new process, new program is created. We say that batch. So now there is one batch queue. After that, the process is loaded into memory. So it is in the ready queue. So there is another queue. Now it is selected by some scheduler to run in the CPU. So now it is executing in the CPU. Meanwhile, in between that process required some input output operation. So for that it requests input output. So here it is also input output queue. Now again it will not directly go to the running queue, it will go through the ready queue. Again if forcibly some process is swept out, and it will go to the ready queue. So this is the scenario that this many queues are possible in the particular lifetime of this process. So for example, there are too many jobs created. So it will stored in the batch queue. Now from 20 process, for example, from 20 processes there is only space for 5 processes in the memory. So only that 5 process can execute in the ready queue, or it will go in the ready state. So or it will loaded into memory. So for that we have to select 5 processes from 20. For that long term scheduler will used. So there are three types of scheduler: long term, medium term and short term. So for batch queue to ready queue, process selection is done by the long term scheduler. Now from ready queue to running state to CPU, which single process will go to the running state? It is done by the short term scheduler. And from swept out processes, which process will be again entered in the ready queue is selected by the medium term scheduler. So let us understand these schedulers in detail one by one. So there are three types of schedulers: long term, medium term, short term. So first one is long term scheduler. It is a first level scheduler. It can be found in operating system where there is a support for batch as batch operating system. So when actually long term scheduler comes into picture, when there is a batch operating system or support like the batch operating system. It works with the batch queue and it select the next batch job process to be executed. And now such process is loaded in main memory and waits in ready state for CPU to become free. So now it will enter into ready state. So from batch queue to ready queue, which process will go in the ready queue? It is selected by the long term scheduler. It executes much less frequently compared to other scheduler. Why? The reason is there may be minutes between the creation of new processes in the system, and this scheduler is required only when new processes enter the system. It controls the degree of multiprogramming, that means the total number of processes residing in the memory. So what is the objective? To provide balanced mix of jobs such as CPU bound and IO bound to the short term scheduler. So in previous session we already discussed what is CPU bound process, in which there is a lot of task of CPU and less input output requirement. In IO bound there is a less execution in the CPU but more requirement of input output. So the objective of the long term scheduler is to provide balanced mix of jobs such as CPU bound and IO bound. The second one is medium term scheduler. It is a second level scheduler. It can be found in operating system where there is a support for swapping. If there is a support of batch operating system, the long term scheduler comes into picture. If there is a support of swapping, medium term scheduler comes into picture. It swaps in and swaps out processes between main memory and disk. Now the size of main memory is less, very less compared to hard disk. So all the processes cannot be loaded directly into main memory, but it will store in hard disk. Now the processes will that want to executed will swap in, move from the hard disk to the main memory, and the process which is not required right now in main memory, that is swap out from the main memory to the hard disk. So the task of the medium term scheduler is to swaps in and swap out processes between main memory and disk. Now it execute on two occasions where, so when memory is filled up by processes which are in waiting state, so now memory is full, so there is a requirement of swap out. And now when memory space is vacant by a terminating process, the process will be swapped in. So there is a two scenario when actually this medium term scheduler will comes into picture. It also controls the degree of multiprogramming, that means the total number of processes residing in the main memory. So it also controls the degree of multiprogramming because how many processes are residing in the main memory, it's depend on this medium term scheduler. So what is the objective of medium term scheduler? To make efficient use of main memory. The next one is short term scheduler. So it is a third level scheduler. It can be found always in all modern operating system. So when batch operating system, there is there is use of the long term scheduler. When we are using concept of swapping, there is a requirement of medium term scheduler. But in every modern operating system, short term scheduler will be used. It works with a ready queue. It selects the next process to be executed by CPU whenever more than one process is simultaneously in the ready state. So from the ready state to CPU, one process is selected by the short-term scheduler. So it controls the ready to running state transition in process life cycle. It executes much frequently compared to other schedulers, and due to this reason it must be fast to keep scheduling overhead low. So the objective, to keep CPU always busy to get better utilization. Okay, so the main objective of this scheduler is to keep CPU always busy for better utilization. So these are the three types of scheduler: long term, medium term and short term scheduler. Okay, and whenever we are talking about multi programming operating system, then scheduling and schedulers comes into picture. Okay, thank you.